Do you truly believe your world, your global superpower, and your national currency will remain strong forever? That the exceptional status you enjoy is an unbreakable guarantee? History, the most brutal of teachers, says you are dangerously wrong. Over the last 5 centuries, a meticulous and terrifying pattern has emerged. A playbook for collapse that has claimed the mightiest empires, Spain, the United Kingdom, and the Soviet Union. Their stories, separated by centuries and continents, all follow the same script. Their end was never an anomaly. It was the inevitable conclusion of an imperial life cycle that is now in its final, most dangerous phase, right before your eyes. No superpower is ever truly destroyed from the outside. They are meticulously dismantled from within, victims of their own hubris and financial recklessness. The burden of empire and the debt spiral. The cycle begins not with war, but with overextension. When an empire becomes the world's sole security guarantor, its military burden grows insatiable. It's not just the cost of battles. It's the logistics of maintaining hundreds of foreign bases, projecting power across every ocean, and guaranteeing the global supply lines for everyone else. This immense physical burden inevitably transitions into the debt spiral. Spain found itself drowning in debt to European bankers, despite the torrent of silver flowing from the New World. Britain, after 2 world wars defending its global position, found itself mortgaging its future to the United States. Today, the modern superpower faces a similar, almost incomprehensible mountain of obligations. Initially, the debt funds productive growth, but quickly, the majority of government spending shifts from investment to merely financing the interest payments on the existing debt. This is the moment the foundational strength of the nation begins to rot, transforming from a producer of wealth to a parasite living off borrowed time and borrowed money. The catastrophic fraud of currency debasement. When the debt becomes too large to pay off conventionally, political willpower fades, and the leadership turns to the ultimate act of desperation: currency debasement. This isn't a modern invention. The Roman emperors diluted their silver denarius with base metals, and the Spanish monarchy secretly coated copper coins known as vellon with thin layers of silver. The modern equivalent is not copper, but the click of a computer mouse. Quantitative easing. Central banks are forced to create endless amounts of new currency to purchase the very debt the government is issuing. This is the moment the system commits financial fraud against its own people and against the world. Every dollar, pound, or euro printed is a tax on the savings of everyone who holds that currency. The global financial system, which relies on the stability of the reserve currency, tolerates this for a time. But when the debasement becomes overt and relentless, the trust fractures. Foreign nations begin to slowly or suddenly divest from holding the collapsing currency, resulting in the loss of reserve status. That massive reservoir of global currency suddenly rushes back home, creating a hyperinflationary tsunami that drowns the domestic economy in its own diluted value. The financial rot quickly manifests as a physical sickness, the loss of productive capacity. When you can simply print money to buy goods cheaply from abroad, you stop making things yourself. Why endure the complex, costly process of manufacturing when you can trade worthless paper for physical goods? The economy shifts its focus from making to consuming. This transforms the great power from a factory into a global marketplace, tragic echo of the late Roman Empire, which imported grain and luxury goods while its own farmlands and industries languished. This economic dependency is the catalyst for social decay. As productive jobs disappear, the wealth gap widens dramatically. A nation held together by a shared sense of purpose and opportunity fragments into isolated groups. Public faith in institutions, government, media, and even the police erodes. Corruption becomes endemic. The highest skilled citizens, seeing the writing on the wall, begin to emigrate, taking their productivity and innovation with them. This is the spiritual death of the empire. Stage 5, a prelude to the final, terrifying moment. The suddenness of the end. We stand today having completed the first 5 agonizing stages. We are on the precipice of stage 6, the full, final rejection of the currency by the global community. The most crucial lesson that history offers is that collapse is never gradual. It is sudden and shocking. The Byzantine Empire had been declining for centuries, yet its final walls fell in a single day. The Soviet Union, that seemingly monolithic structure, ceased to exist almost overnight, disappearing in less than 900 days. The pattern demands we recognize this truth. The structural flaws are in place, the financial fraud is ongoing, and the social fragmentation is evident. The only remaining question is what minor, triggering event will finally pop the bubble. History screams this warning from the ruins of every great empire: we are not exempt. Will we heed the warning of the past, or will we choose to repeat the tragic pattern?